Do you keep thinking about what everyone around you is saying? Do you always overthink your own actions? Well, let me tell you that you are not alone in this, and that a lot of people are dealing or dealt with this issue once in their life, me included. In this video, I share with you 3 methods you can implement to stop overthinking and change the way you think. When I was a child, I used to overthink everything, whether it was an advice from a random person I didn't even know, or something that I wanted to do or thought of doing. And so for almost 5 years of my childhood, my mental health kept gradually degrading as I continued to overthink everything. The problem with overthinking is that it is hard to know when you are actually overthinking and when you are simply being cautious. A simple solution to know when you start overthinking things is every time you begin worrying about things, ask yourself this question: do I have control over the thing I'm worrying about? And if so, can I change it or deal with it in any way? If the answer to the question is yes, then you're fine. You are either being cautious or actually doing what's known as problem solving. Both of those are really good practices, so you shouldn't worry. However, if your answer is no, and you figure out that you actually have no control over the things you are worrying about, then you are simply overthinking stuff you shouldn't be worried about. Now that you have the answer to the question, how do you go about stopping yourself from overthinking if indeed you are? The first method you can implement to stop overthinking is to stop trying to appeal to other people. A lot of people would overthink a lot of their decisions and make them solely based around what other people would think of them. For many, it is the fear of being judged that pushes them to start overthinking their own actions. But the bigger problem is if this is not dealt with early on. Those affected would build their entire life around the ideals of other people and never live a free life where they're happy and satisfied. This is why you should stop trying to appeal to people and think about what matters to you. It's not worth living a life where you are in constant fear of being judged for your actions. So, in order to live a happier life, make sure to only care about your well-being and not about what some random people would think of you. The second method to avoid overthinking is to keep telling yourself not to. Now this might sound a little bit weird to you, but believe me when I say that this actually works, and this is what actually helped me personally stop overthinking when I was younger. Basically, with this method, you need to keep reminding yourself to not overthink and that it would only be detrimental to your mental health if you do so. This way, you will develop a mental shield of sorts, preventing your mind from going on and on about unnecessary things. And the best part is that after doing it for a while, it will become second nature to you, and hopefully, by then you would have stopped overthinking altogether. The third method to stop overthinking is to be optimistic. Most of the time, overthinking comes from the negative thoughts that we as humans have. So we keep reminding ourselves of how this was a bad idea or this could happen and so on. So one method to avoid overthinking is to be more optimistic and looking at the bright side of things. Like for example, instead of worrying about why X is happening, think about how to work around X to achieve Y, for example. Positive thinking is a great way to stop overthinking and change it into efficient problem solving. Today, I shared with you 3 ways you can implement to stop overthinking. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and share it with anyone you know so we can help more people live a happier life. Thanks for watching.